Welcome to this week of Hyperfixated, where we're going to be talking about Marvel. All right, we're starting. We're
Yeah,
going to start off
guys!
with
Marvel.
yeah, yeah. Since we're talking about Marvel, we're going to discuss our favorite superheroes first and why they're our favorite superhero. Go ahead and start us off, Austin.
You start us off. I'm having to pull up the MCU right now.
Okay, cool. All right. So I want to start off then. My favorite superhero is Spider Man, and he has been my favorite superhero since I've been able to comprehend superheroes. Um, DC's whack. DC's out of the question. Marvel's always been my favorite
Oh
group of
gosh!
superheroes.
DC's trash!
Yeah,
Based.
Marvel.
Fight me!
Yeah, no. Marvel's always been
He
my,
said fuck
yeah.
you.
Marvel's always been my favorite. Like it's always had my favorite bunch of superheroes. Stan Lee, Stan the Man Lee, the myth, the legend. Um, he. I like Spider Man a lot, not for like just the reasons of like Spider Man's being he's the best superhero that I
Uh,
like, but like
Colby,
also like the reason Stan
I
Lee
don't mean to
left
stop
what
you, but you're cutting out a lot. Like you're going robot mode.
Yeah.
barnacles, barnacles.
I don't know if it's gonna come back that way on the
Barnacles.
recording or not, but for me and Austin, you're coming back
Yeah,
roboty.
just kind of repeat what you just said. You don't have to like
Okay, so
yeah.
Stan Lee is well the reason why I like Spider Man. One of the main reasons is he made Spider Man have a mask, so he can anybody can be Spider Man, regardless of color, gender, anything. Spider Man is just a mask. Anybody can be Spider Man, and that's why I liked the idea of Spider Man. And then watching all the movies, I grew up with Tobey Maguire's movies. I liked all of them. I liked the different concept with shooting webs out of his wrist rather than like a web shooter. And then onto Andrew Garfield. I liked the first movie a lot. The second one is the worst thing I've seen in my entire life. Then onto the Marvel ones where I don't like Tom Holland as much, especially after the newest one. But Andrew Garfield, he redeemed his entire character in the new one, and I respect the new
Pause.
movie because Andrew Garfield Spider Man rebuilt his entire character.
Pause when you get a chance, right? Okay, so that is the
What?
total opposite of what you told me a long time ago. You said Tom Holland was your favorite. I said since the
I,
beginning that Tobey
I my
Maguire was my
I
favorite.
didn't get to tell you it shifted. It
Bro,
shifted.
now it's
Andrew
Babe.
Garfield. Andrew Garfield's my favorite. Andrew
Tom
Garfield.
Holland
Nice.
is still mine.
No, look, because look,
Tobey
I did.
Maguire's
I'm
top,
going.
bro.
Look, I'm accepting where it's at. Andrew Garfield is my favorite. His first movie was mid. His first movie was good. Second movie was the worst thing I've seen in my entire life. Then in No Way Home, he redeemed his entire character arc. Like he saved MJ. When I saw the trailer for No Way Home and I saw MJ falling, I said if Andrew's in this movie, he's 100% catching her. Opening night when I'm watching it, I see the scene where he catches her. I'm like, he finally did it. He redeemed himself. Like he redeemed a lot of the stuff that Sony failed to in his movie. And I like Spider Man just because like his phrase the with great power comes great responsibility. Because if Spider Man does not hold back this great power, he like in the Superior Spider Man series when Doc Ock takes over his body, he thinks that he can just punch anybody left and right. First bad guy he sees, he punches Scorpion, doesn't pull the punch, knocks his jaw straight off, and he's like, "Oh, Peter was pulling his punches the entire time." Because he knew with great power comes great responsibility, so you have to like maintain the power, or you become irresponsible. You become like a killer, and all of that going inside and like Peter Parker just naturally being a genius, being able to create his own web fluid, his own web shooters to help him with that, and plus like being able to think on the spot. Like I like Peter Parker more than I like Miles Morales. Miles Morales is cool and I like his powers a lot, but Peter's just he's the OG, he's the original. He's very quick on his feet. He has to think. He doesn't have the ability to turn invisible or like use electricity to his advantage. So he has to just be smart and think outside of the box, or he's not going to make it out alive. And that's why I like Peter Parker as Spider Man more, and that's why I like Spider Man as my favorite superhero. I'm going to segue to Austin now with his superhero or his favorite
Uh,
one.
bro, there was so many good superheroes. I really don't know what I would say my favorite is, I've always just immediately said Thor because like the mythology behind it's cool and stuff like that, and I do like his story. But I don't know. I can't really just like pick
Based.
one, but I'm just gonna
Respectable.
go with Thor. Yeah, like I don't have an in-depth thing like you just did because I don't really have like a favorite. They're just all good besides a few of them, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Captain
saying?
Marvel.
I wasn't gonna say that, but like, cause look, bro, Captain Marvel ain't bad. It's the way she was presented in the MCU. Cause in the
No,
comics,
it's
it ain't
just Brie
even that
Larson.
bad.
It's just having Brie Larson as her character.
It's okay. Hold on, I'm gonna freeze you right there, right? Cause like, she isn't the worst in the world. What the problem is the way that they presented that movie. And I'm hear me out. Hear me out. I'm not gonna say anything about politics. Here's what
I will.
happened,
It's
right?
a feminist movement movie.
Hey,
It's a
bro.
feminist movement
Hey,
movie.
bro. I'm gonna still say
I'll
it's
say
crap
it.
even without saying anything political, right? So here we
I'm a
go.
men. I'm a
Here's what happened.
menminist, bro.
Here's
I'm a
what here's
menminist.
here's what happened, right? So this movie came out like a month before Endgame came out, right? Like this
Yeah.
movie just kind of came out of nowhere. If you don't read the comics, you don't know who Captain Marvel is. Captain Marvel just comes out of nowhere a month before Endgame and is just overpowered as it comes, right? Her movie's not that great because the plot's not that deep. It's just kind of like her coming to Earth and realizing what it's like to be here. Then she dips at the end of her movie, which is fine because it's actually towards the beginning of the all the Avengers stuff, right? It makes sense for her to dip and then not be there for the entirety of the MCU, and then because that's a timeline thing. But it was presented a month before Endgame, and she comes into Endgame and just is smashing ships, like entire ships, and is just taking over. And like, I don't know, bro. The overpoweredness so fast is what was annoying. Iron Man, you had to work
Chris,
into
what you
his
snacking
story.
on?
Krispy Kreme.
Oh, sorry, Austin. I was curious. Your boy was curious.
Anyway, so we like Iron Man in 2008. We had to build a relationship with Iron Man, right? It's Captain America 2011. We had to build in a relationship with Iron Man, Thor, or Captain America, Thor, Hulk, all these people. If you don't read the comics, you had to build a relationship with these people over years. Captain Marvel just comes out of nowhere. At the end of everything, the climax of the entire movie saga, you just have this chick come out of nowhere and she's just OP. That's the problem.
I was about to say I didn't know who she was until Endgame. Or
Yeah,
was it Infinity War? She got
And she was an in-game.
she was in
Endgame. All right,
Endgame.
yeah.
She popped up like in the middle of Infinity War and Endgame somewhere in there. Which her movie, it was okay. I'm not gonna
Well,
say it was bad because
I don't like
I
Brie
mean,
Larson in general.
that right there is what blinds so many people, right? Because like her as a person does not affect her character on the screen. That's just how it is. You got to look at the character, right? But like at the same time, the way it was presented was really bad as well. Agreed or not agreed?
Hey, Austin, you're going robot. You're going robot
Yeah,
mode.
Austin, you're going robotic now.
Where did it stop at?
That right there.
What? That right there. So
Huh?
you heard nothing I said.
Well, I heard a little bit. You said right there is what separates like the people that
Okay,
don't like her with her character and associate like
that's
that.
you missed everything. Okay, so like here we go. So that separates like you're talking about how you don't like Brie Larson, right? But
Yeah.
like that's what you got to separate her character from her. What she's playing on screen is not her, right? So that's where you got to create a division. Then you have to understand that the way that she was presented was really awful as well. So when you take that all into account, if they just put Captain Marvel towards the beginning and then just didn't have her do anything towards Endgame, it would be a lot more believable than her just popping up last second before Endgame and then being like overpowered. That's what I was trying to say earlier before I like
Makes sense.
went Transformers mode. Yeah.
Optimus Prime.
Man said,
I am Optimus Prime.
Chris.
All right, Chris, who is your favorite superhero?
so my favorite is the same as Colby's, Spider-Man. Only so Spider-Man was like Spider-Man was like my first like actual superhero movie that I've seen,
Same.
and instantly fell in love with it. Of course, I started off with the Tobey
What?
Maguire.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say that like the. Okay, never mind. I'm tripping. Go
No, I
ahead.
started off with the Tobey Maguire, and because I had the full like I think 7-pack, whatever it came with, all 3 of Tobey Maguire's, both of the Amazing Spider-Mans for Andrew Garfield, and then I think it came with. I think it was a 6-pack. It came with Homecoming. Yeah,
And
I
that
have.
was your
I can see your
first?
face right now.
And that was your first movie?
That was my first superhero movie. My first superhero movie was the
that
first
recent?
Spider-Man.
Your first superhero movie was that recent?
Not that. Huh?
Because you bought that
No.
7-pack just recently. That 7-pack.
No, I bought
you bought
that.
a couple
No,
months ago.
no. I know what you're thinking about, but no, I've had one since like I want to say early high school or like late middle school. I was still
Why'd
living at
you
my
buy a
parents whenever I got it.
second one? Why'd you buy a second one?
I didn't buy a second one.
I'm
I
confused.
looked at it at the store, but I never bought it.
I'm confused. I'm confuzzled. All right, go ahead. Timeline.
The newer one would have came with the newer movies too, but I didn't
we in
get
the we in the Chrissy verse right now.
we in the Chrissy verse.
Across the Chrissy verse.
Wow. But yeah, see, I don't really have a long description that I can give like you two. Like I don't know enough about Marvel in general because I'm still trying to catch up on all the movies as is.
So you're
But-
slow, is what you're telling me.
Very slow, very.
We
Me
knew,
too.
But
we knew.
I'm still trying to catch up with all the new ones too as they're coming out though. But yeah. So Spider-Man would probably be my favorite just because I like the aspect of having like a funny character.
Yeah.
At the same time of also I like the idea of the web slingers too. I mean I think that's pretty cool. Something I've always gotten the toy for Spider-Man, you know, like the old web slingers you used to get with a little
With
silly
the
string.
in it. Yeah.
I used to have that all the time as a kid, but
Me
I've
too.
never seen the movie.
Yeah, those were fun.
So I've always loved the aspect of it. Just, you know, kind of hit childhood a little bit.
I'll have a whole Spider-Man
I
episode
don't
later,
know.
but Across the Spider-Verse is currently my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Across the
It was
Spider-Verse?
so freaking good. It was so freaking good.
That is a.
Well, it's one of.
Ooh,
Oh, here,
I
actually,
don't
here
know
it's
about
still
that
my second.
That movie was
It's still my
trash,
second.
bro.
It's still my second
Bro,
favorite. It's still my second
remember-
because No Way Home is still my first favorite.
Chris,
You
everyone
remember-
says I'm lying when I say everyone in my theater booed. Everyone
Oh,
thinks
we
I'm
all
lying.
booed,
Did
but they
not?
also all laughed whenever I said, "What the fuck?"
No, I said that walking out the
Like,
theater.
right at the
I
end,
said,
everyone started laughing at that, but everyone was booing. Yes.
yeah, everyone was booing, and then like we got up, and I started walking out.
Dude,
and
my
I just
theater, it was
screamed.
freaking IMAX. We were all going, yeah!
Yay! No, that movie was trash. I don't care.
Bro.
Everyone was booing
No, dude,
in my
pissed. Yeah,
theater.
that
We
movie-
were all
there
watching.
was-
We were like,
the-
what? We want the part 2 already. And then we were all going, yeah!
Okay, look though, look. All right, so I understand. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, well, he's just a loser that wants it right now. He wants the end of the story right now." No, I wanted some kind of climax,
like
to
climax
that
or
movie.
something. Yeah.
There's no subplot within that movie.
How's
just,
Miles going to get out?
It was all
You-
build up.
It's all build up to the next movie. Exactly, Chris. Or Colby. He's like, how does he get out? That's the point. There's no climax. The movie builds and builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. And there's nothing. Nothing's resolved. Just more questions. That's it. There's no, okay, look, legendary movies everywhere. So You've got Star Wars, right? Like within every little movie, they have a subplot. Star Wars Episode 1, they're trying to find Anakin, and then like whatever, right? Like so,
They weren't actually trying to find Anakin. They stumbled upon him by mistake.
whatever, right? Like okay, so whatever. I haven't seen the movies in forever, but you get what I'm saying. Like there's little subplots in movies. And this one didn't have like a subplot. It was just build and build and build. And it was just like, bro, the pacing was so terrible. That movie did not need to
It
be
was
3 hours,
horrible.
two and a
It
half
was like,
hours, whatever it
dude, it
was.
was so good.
No, it was terrible.
I freaking loved it. It was so freaking good.
That movie
Dude,
was
that
awful.
I
scene,
don't
dude, the
usually.
freaking scene when the Prowler showed up, and then he's like, your dad's. He goes, we have to save our. I have to save my dad, and he's like, your dad's still alive. And then the music plays, the mask opens, you just hear, and then Miles
All right,
sees himself as the bad guy. That was freaking amazing.
all right. So my thing is, I don't usually leave a theater pissed off. Like I left pissed. There was no. It was there. Like I said, it was all build up. There's nothing climactic toward it. At least give us a little bit. But instead, all we got was, oh, cliffhanger. Oh, we're gonna end off with saying, hey, Beyond the Spider Verse is coming soon. Oh, and by the way, that's like another year or two.
It's
Well,
a
actually,
it's
they canceled it indefinitely because of those freaking stupid strikes again.
Oh, so what you're saying is we get no climax.
it's a canon
What's up?
event,
Indefinitely.
Chris. It's a canon event. That's all I have to say about it. It's a canon
Yeah,
event. It
man.
is meant for me and you to be pissed off and the world be against us. It's a canon
Pretty
event.
much. Pretty much. Yeah. Like, oh my god, man. I left so pissed off. I couldn't even sleep. I had work that next morning. I went to work pissed. Like it was it carried over.
It was a bad day. It was a bad day.
It was a bad day at work.
I was sitting there vibing with the soundtrack. Metro Boomin made a flaming soundtrack to that movie.
All right, the soundtrack that's like the only thing it had going for it.
I was not paying attention to the soundtrack. I'm gonna be honest.
Man,
Dang,
was
it
hoping
died
it
in
was
here.
anywhere else but there.
Well, no,
What?
it was dude, it was so freaking good.
I
What
don't
he,
know, bro.
he was just waiting to be somewhere else that wasn't that theater at that moment. That's why he wasn't paying attention to the soundtrack.
I was not paying attention to the soundtrack, bro. Like it was like okay. I don't know. Like I don't remember a single song off the soundtrack. But it is what it is. I
All
don't
right,
know.
so
I'm just here.
Well, since we're talking about our favorite superhero, what's your favorite movie that they were in?
Hey, yo, hold on. I have a favorite superhero now. I had to think about it, but I'm just gonna
Alright.
go with Tony Stark and Iron Man as
based.
the character
Origin.
development, right? The character development of like just selfish jerk who's like a multi-billionaire or whatever, and he has to like learn to become selfless, and like in it just
Mhm.
happens over time, and it's great. Like even in Civil War, the Tony Stark that you saw in the beginning that was selling weapons to like illegally to other people, that Tony Stark would not be the same Tony Stark that was fighting for laws against
Morgan.
like to hold superheroes down in Civil War. Do you know what I'm
That's
saying?
valid.
Yeah.
Like that progression, the progression from the first original Tony Stark you see in Iron Man is not the Tony Stark that died in Avengers Endgame, right?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm gonna have, and then Tony's character as well. Just I don't know. I'm gonna say Iron Man now. I had to think
That's a
about it, but
valid
I've been
choice.
staring at this picture of Iron Man for 30 minutes, and I had to think about it, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Valid. Well, then since we're talking about that, then what's your favorite superhero movie with like what's your favorite Iron Man movie? It doesn't have to be an Iron Man movie. It can be like a side movie, like Endgame and Infinity War.
Okay, so my favorite movie that has Iron Man in it,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to just go with Endgame, bro. I don't know because like Endgame as a movie, not really, but Endgame as a symbol of the MCU. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that makes sense? Because like that, like
I
everything
love you 3000.
It's the end of an era.
match. But yeah, like everything, yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to go with Endgame because like as a movie, it was good, but I'm not. It's more of less the symbolism of like, okay, we're moving forward, and this is the end of a story. So I'm gonna have to go
Yeah.
with that.
See, with mine, mine was the end of a certain page of a story. I guess so mine was a trilogy, but mine was No Way Home, and I liked the movie for mainly it was fan service 99% of the way. 100. I'll say I'll validate that it was fan service 90% of the way, but like the movie, it did have a lot of good stuff in it, and then it made way to give Spider-Man a better story, a more sense of reliability. Nobody knows who Peter Parker is now. He had to make his own suit because his technology doesn't recognize him anymore because Peter Parker doesn't exist. He has to do everything over like from scratch. He had like a bunch of scholarships, they're all gone. He has to like study for his tests by himself, do everything alone. His aunt's dead. He has no family left, and now he just has to build himself back up and become the best Spider-Man he can be now. Now that he doesn't have any of the Stark technology to help him, or like nobody else to help him, he lost everybody. Really, like he's doing it by himself, and that's how I think a good Spider-Man should be. Just having to rely on nobody but yourself in order to do things. Like, sure, Spider-Man relies on people, but he doesn't really like to at times. Like Spider-Man, the way I see it, he's got to get things done like the best way he sees fit. And No Way Home, the ending of it was really
Oh,
good.
where's Chris?
Chris fell out. Where do you go?
It's all right. You keep going. We'll
All
see
right,
if we.
yeah,
You keep going. I'll
yeah.
text him and ask him
Um,
where he is.
but No Way Home was really good because like it started with I got to see my childhood Spider-Man on the TV screen again, and then the minute Andrew Garfield pops up, it was so good. Welcome back, Chris. By the way,
He's loading
welcome
in.
back.
Question.
Um,
There he is.
I died.
whenever Yeah, but you came back, so it's good. Um, but what I was saying, I got to see my childhood Spider-Man on the screen, and in this movie, I came into it with Tom Holland being my favorite Spider-Man, and I came out of the movie thinking, well, they actually fixed a lot of the flaws of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man in this movie. Like, Sony had a poorly written script, poorly executed bad guys, and they made Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man seem really different than what he is from the comics. And then they took his Spider-Man. Marvel took it and rewrote like better parts for his character, and he was
Well,
able to have like a better conversation with Electro. He was able to save MJ, and he couldn't save Gwen because when he lost Gwen in this movie, I feel like he learned how to do it properly, and he was thinking about Gwen for so long and how he could have done it differently. That when he saved MJ, he was able to save her the best way possible without having her die as well. And that's why Andrew Garfield was more of my favorite Spider-Man in this movie, and I appreciate his movies more now, and I like him as my favorite Spider-Man now. I always respect the goat. Tobey Maguire is the goat, but I do like Andrew Garfield's a little bit more than Tobey's. Um, Tom Holland is like I like his, but his was like a Tony. He was dick riding Tony Stark the entire time. Like you got
freeze.
to give him
All right.
like dude was begging like he was Mr. Stark. I want help. I want help, Mr. Stark.
So I'm gonna do a real hot take here, right? And there was something that you said that even I in the past have done, but when you think about it, this whole multiverse thing has busted the whole um like, oh well, it's not like the comics, right? Because the MCU is its own universe now. The comics are
Yeah,
their own universe.
Earth
The movies
1999.
exactly. And then like the comics are like
The comics are in
some
Earl
other
six
number.
World 616.
Yeah,
Six one
exactly.
six.
Okay, so that's what exactly. So like everything eh, that's why you can't say that anymore. You can't bring that debate up because they're not even the same universe. So things that are
No, I
slightly
know.
different can
I
be
felt like he
explained.
was. I wasn't saying like it was. He's not like the comics. I was just saying dude was really reliant on Tony Stark instead of just like doing it himself like the other two, where they just had to create everything themselves.
Yeah,
I
I'm
preferred
not
that more than being given a suit.
I'm not coming after you. I'm just saying as a whole, like in general.
Yeah,
You said that and it just sparked something in my brain. I was like, like
yeah.
we can't relate things to comics anymore because comics are blending into our like movies are becoming their own thing, right? So you can't relate them anymore. But I agree though. I don't know. I like Toby Maguire's because like when a spider bites you, but you still need a metal suit to do things for you. It doesn't make sense. Why did the spider bite you?
Yeah,
What's the point? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
The spider bit you because you now have the powers to do things that you've done, like climb walls and shoot
Well,
webs.
here I might actually go back
Web shooters
because
never made sense.
for me, neck and neck, Spider-Man 2 is probably one of my favorite Spider-Man movies as well. When he loses all his powers because he goes through that little mental crisis thing, and it all comes back to him because he gets strong enough again. But I remember that's exactly what we're talking about. If the spider gave me these powers, why can't I use them properly? And like he was going through that thinking like the entire thing. He lost his That's why Spider-Man 2 is like still to this day my second favorite Spider-Man movie.
That's what I'm saying though. Is like I don't know. Like, why did the spider bite you in the first place if you're just gonna go get a suit built for you that like can do these things? Or like, why are you gonna have a spider bite you if you need to create a web shooter? That doesn't make sense. You're not a spider. You're not a human spider. The only thing you can do is climb walls and have some super strength. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or
It's just weird to me.
I feel like at least he'd need the web shooters to be accurate Spider-Man. But Tobey Maguire's had a good point too though.
I don't
But
know.
I think
That's
like
just
to
how
be
I look at
adequate,
it.
most of the Spider-Men have web shooters, even in the
But
original. But again,
again,
this isn't the original. This
that's
is
what
the
I'm
original.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Is you said accurate, and yeah, I get it. He needs them to be accurate, but Spider-Man with the web shooters just seems weird. I don't know. To me,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't think he
valid. That's
needs
a
them.
valid way of
Yeah,
thinking.
that's another reason
All right,
Toby to go, bro.
Chris, what's your favorite movie that Spider-Man has been in?
So it was gonna
It doesn't
be.
even have to be Marvel.
I was about to say it was gonna be No Way Home, but I'm gonna change that to Far From Home,
That
just
was
because of the
good
fact,
too.
like I don't know, something about it. Also with the villain in there, Mysterio. I know he's, it was a lot of fake stuff
Yeah,
going on and everything. Like he wasn't actually Mysterio himself. It was projectors and everything and stuff like that. But I don't know, something about it just really caught on to me. I don't know. I don't really have a long, long
because
rant to get.
Peter Parker's like super intelligent, and he fell for it.
Yeah, he gave him the glasses and everything. That gave him the power to everything, and then he even left
Well,
a
that's
mark
that's
after his death, which led into No Way Home.
Yeah,
Like that, I don't know, that little cliffhanger before No Way Home even came out. Just a
yeah.
little like, this is what Spider Man looks like that,
Peter Parker is
like
Spider-Man's
that
name
that that
is
was
Peter
ooh,
Parker.
that was crazy.
yeah.
And having my man J.K. as in just kidding Simmons voiced J.J. again.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I like how his name is J.K. Simmons, and I always think of his name as just kidding Simmons. It's funny.
Oof.
All
Oof.
right. So then,
Me and
talking
Austin had the same reaction.
leading from our favorite superheroes, I got to ask, what's your favorite Marvel villain?
Yikes! I told you I wasn't prepared for this question.
Well, I'll start with this one then. My boy Victor Von Doom is the freaking legend. I don't remember much from the Fantastic Four movie when I was a kid. Um, I know that he was the bad guy in the first one, and then when I was growing up, I would always watch the Superhero Squad show, the one where they're all tiny and there's little like animated stuff like that.
Yeah, we used to have
But
that game
Doctor
on the
Doom was
DS.
always was up.
We used to have that game on the DS, Superhero Squad.
Yeah, I used to play that one too. Um, and Doctor Doom was the bad guy in that show, and then he was trying to get crystals for like an Infinity Sword or something like that. He goes, with these crystals, I will rule the universe. And then like just seeing little mentions of the tiny little mentions in the upcoming MCU. Like I think they said I didn't fully finish Moon Knight, but I think they said they subtly mentioned Latveria and that one where he's from. And I always think back to this comic book panel I just sent Chris and Austin of Doctor Doom when Thanos is like he asked Thanos, "Do you still have the Infinity Gauntlet?" He's like, "No, but I'm the Almighty Thanos, which is more than enough to take care of you." He grabs him by the spine, just disintegrates his body. He goes, "I don't think it was enough." And I'm like, "Dude, that's Victor Von Doom right there, literal unit, like my guy." My favorite joke villain is Modoc because Modoc is stupid.
I was
Okay,
about to say Babyface Man. Yeah.
sliding to Chris. Who's your favorite villain?
Mine. I didn't really.
Dormammu.
I don't know. There's a couple good ones, like Loki
I
and
think a
everything,
one
but
for Austin. I quickly thought one for Austin. I think Austin's favorite would be the one from Black Panther.
Killmonger.
I don't remember his name. Yeah, I think Austin's would be Killmonger.
The Austin's
That's
face
a
right now
good
is like
one.
he's like,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
see,
that
no,
is a
see,
good
'cause
one.
I
Yeah.
actually liked Killmonger a lot because like his point was valid. Like he was saying like he said we can save you. He goes, what? So you can trap me up and be a slave? He goes, nah, I'll die free. And I said, dude, that's legendary. All right,
I
sorry, Chris.
mean,
I had to interrupt for that one, but go ahead, keep going.
go ahead.
I
There's
was
a
just
lot of
about to
good
say. I
ones,
mean,
bro. I was sitting here looking.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of good ones on there and everything. And of course, this topic was kind of thrown last second, and we're kind of having to wing it. But
Yeah,
so that's why I don't really have much to like go off of as far as like conversations. But yeah, I mean, there's some good ones like Loki, of course, like Killmonger. You also have what's his name, Dodamus or
Does
whatever
Loki
from Doctor
count though?
Strange.
Dormammu.
Dormammu, yeah, yeah, that's who it is. I mean, there's a lot of good ones, and like I said, Mysterio for Far From Home and everything. That one's also a pretty cool one for me.
What about Defoe's Goblin?
Uh oh,
Someone
you talk
clipping
about
their
Green Goblin?
nails?
I'm
Who's
not clipping
clipping
my
their
nails. What's
nails
Colby
right
doing? Is Colby
now?
clipping his nails?
Dude, that thing was so sharp it dug into a freaking carpet. I gotta get it off.
All we hear is the little.
Oh, that's rough, dude. I just hear the tick.
Bro, no, that thing freaking scratched my leg. I had to fix it. I said,
Yeah,
ow.
man.
No, that thing freaking hurt.
Oh man, that was good. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess overall.
Oh,
Oh, and then there's also, like
dude.
you said, was it Modoc?
Yeah, Modoc. Tiny
Modoc,
little
yeah,
dude.
babyface man from Quantumania. Ah,
Dude, there's so many good villains,
there's
but
so
like,
many good ones. And do we count Venom?
but here's the
Technically,
thing.
because
Yeah,
Here's the thing. A good
Venom's Marvel.
chunk of these, a good chunk of these are
Aren't in the
heroes
MCU
that
yet.
turned villains or villains that turned heroes.
yeah,
Like I'm watching this
I'm,
and I'm just like, bro, what?
I'm gonna come up with a based one: evil Doctor Strange from What If.
There's already a universe where he is one.
Um, but yeah, I'm probably just gonna end off with Venom. I mean, I like Venom. He's
Venom's
dope.
good.
I mean,
Venom.
Venom's good, and like, I don't.
Carnage is
I
cool.
like Venom's like. He's like I don't want to say two-faced, but like he's a villain at times, but then like he can come around and be an anti-hero as well. I don't know. I
Yeah,
like Venom as well. But I mean, like, dude, we could do
One
an
of my favorite
episode
lines, dude.
on just
One of my
villains.
favorite lines in the second movie. I freaking
good. Yeah,
love in the second movie whenever he sees Carnage and he sees red, he goes, run! Oh shoot, he's red. He's like, oh, it's a red one. Shoot, run! And then he hides, and Eddie's like, no, no, you can't leave me out here. He goes, fine. After this, I'll let you eat as many people as you want. He goes, awesome, and like turns back into Venom.
funny thing
He said,
is,
you
I
can,
have yet
you
to
can.
see the Venom movies. I need to.
Dude, the first
I
first
need to
one's
see
good.
them
The second
too.
one's really good. They're all really fun. Venom is hilarious.
What'd you say, Austin?
I said I hadn't seen the Venom movies either.
Austin?
Gore the God Butcher's too high on this list. Like, while you're talking, what? I'm
Ah,
talking.
gotcha.
Can you not hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, we could.
I think the
Oh, okay.
We
audio
can
is
hear
going
you.
crazy right now.
I was saying Gore the God Butcher's. I'm on a list right now, right? And I'm trying to look at like
Oh,
all of the
Gore
villains.
had good.
That's the same
Dude,
list I was on.
Gore had a good story.
Is
He
it?
had good motives.
No, I'm just like he had good motives. Let me just kill all the gods real quick. Like, anyway, but yeah,
Yeah,
like
legend.
um, I don't know, bro. He's too high on the list. I feel like there's better villains than him.
This the scientist that
Thanos
did
was
mad
good.
experiments on Rocket and them.
No,
What was
that
his
one.
name? He was
Thanos as
yeah.
well.
Ultron was really good
Dr.
too.
Nefario from Despicable Me.
Oh no.
Ultron's really good.
Cringe.
Oh, dude, Ultron was actually based.
Ultron.
Kingpin's pretty good too. I like Kingpin.
No, man.
Mm-hmm.
Carly
You know,
Morgenthau, she
Spider-Man.
was pretty good.
But we gotta get to the Mets, baby. We gotta get to the Mets. Spider-Man
Like,
loves the Mets.
bro,
Gotta play for the Mets.
I don't know. I don't know what to pick. Like, I'm
There's a
just
lot
Dude,
gonna
of good
actually, here,
Wanda.
let me think. Dude,
Wanda counts as one. Scarlet
Ultron.
Witch counts
Wanda
as
does
one.
count as one, yeah.
Scarlet Witch
But
counts as
dude,
one.
Ultron actually had a good motive. He saw how bad the world was and wanted to kill everybody. I'm like, that's dude is based.
Well, I mean, it's like Terminator, except that he's an Infinity Stone. He's the living embodiment of an Infinity Stone.
That's why I didn't like Vision.
I
Yeah, there's a lot of good choices
Vision
out
is
there,
like
man.
a
It's hard to choose.
Vision is the perfected form of Ultron, right? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Ultron was Tony Stark's first shot at a whatchamacallit, at a Infinity Stone that was
Artificial
living.
intelligence
The
turned to
high
stone.
evolutionary, that's the dude you were talking about, the dude that did stuff to Rocket.
Yeah.
Kang the Conqueror, he's about to go
Oh,
ham
Kang, yeah.
because he's
Ooh, Kang,
He's about to
yeah.
go
Kang,
sicko.
I
uh,
I hadn't seen his movies, but I know that in the comics he's
oh,
like Thanos on steroids, bro. The Mandarin
Austin, freaking
before we get realized.
Gavin thinks that was it Gavin thinks that Spider-Man 2099 is a Kang variant. I don't know what that means, but he thinks it.
No,
Oh no. I don't know about that one.
no, yeah, no.
I don't know what it means either, but he thinks it.
I would have to hear what he says. That doesn't make any sense, right?
I'd say I'd have to
I know
hear the
I agree.
argument.
Yeah, no, I thought you knew more about Kang because I know like the bare minimum from the Lego Marvel game.
The only thing I
Yeah,
know
I
of from
don't know.
Kang is from
I'd have
Quantumania. That's all I know.
just know that it's about to be wild.
Oh, I'm
dude,
sure.
dude, like destroys planets. It's
Yeah, it's
great. You'll just
Kang the Destroyer.
Kang the Conqueror, but you'll see, bro. He's like
Yeah.
Oh, I know. He was already
it's.
going sicko in Quantumania, man. I'm ready.
I hadn't seen Quantum Mania, so I need to.
It's good.
But Green number 5's Green Goblin. Number 4 is Zhu Wenyu. Never heard of that dude.
He's reading off the orders of the list too.
3 Thanos. I mean, like, I'm not gonna go with Thanos because it's just not I'm not feeling Thanos, right? Like I feel like there's better villains.
There's definitely
Loki,
better villains than Thanos.
Killmonger's number 1. I don't know, bro. Like Killmonger's good, but I'm just gonna go with Loki. I
Loki
just
at number
Oh,
generally
this
like
two.
is
Loki's character.
this is why Gavin thinks that
Loki's at number 2. I
Miguel
remember
wants
that list.
Miguel wants to ensure order is maintained, which nods to the Kang variant in Loki, aka He Who Remains. He was protecting the multiverse, but someone killed him, fraying it and all. So that's why I think Gavin thinks he's the same way as the Kang variant, where he's trying to maintain order
All
before
right,
the whole
but
universe.
hold up. Let's stop. No, that's not how that works. Freeze, right? Because the Kang variant in Loki was
You
like
done
he
started it
didn't
now,
care.
Colby.
He didn't care. He didn't care, bro. He was like, okay, kill me, but you just understand what's gonna happen. He wasn't like, no, you're not gonna do that. He was like, all right, but just understand that you're gonna mess everything up, you know?
That's what I told. Well, that's what I was telling Gavin. I said, "Well, Miguel seemed way more into it than
And
normal. Like, that's just That's just Miguel's story. Dude, like always maintains the
and
multiverse.
exactly, Miguel, Spider-Man 2099, he was trying to say that all Spider-Men have to go through their canon events.
Austin,
They
you're
can't like
you roboting again.
oh, when am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, you're
Am I
back.
You're
back
back.
You're
yet?
back now.
Okay. Oh my god, I
Yes,
hate this. This is about to be a very awful. Anyway,
This is about to be a
what
very
am I
bad one.
what was I talking about? What was I talking about?
that's gonna be a great one.
Editing wise, this one's gonna suck for you. But
Yeah,
what were we talking about?
by
Oh,
editing,
Spider-Man
I mean I'm just adding the
2099.
outro and that's it.
Spider-Man 2099. What's his like he had a motive. He was trying to be like he is the
Yeah,
protector of the
Miguel.
Spider-Verse. Like I could see what he's talking about, but I just don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
it doesn't
either.
make any sense. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I just think he
I'm not
wants to
sure what
protect it
no.
because he's seen what it can do before.
Yeah, because that's his whole story, right? Is he
Yeah.
tried to skip? He tried to
Plus,
skip
Agreed.
a canon
this is
event.
well, also it's yeah. Plus, also it's a Sony movie, not a Marvel movie, so it couldn't be connected like that. Because Sony owns Spider-Man, so Sony made this two Spider-Verse movies, not
I was about
Marvel.
to say because they had
Yeah,
the Prowler from Spider-Man: Homecoming or whatever was in the
No, they
Spider-Verse
probably had like
movie.
I
permission.
was about to
They
say.
had to probably get
So like,
permission.
no matter what, right? Like it all still ties together because Sony has the rights to Spider-Man, but they don't make the movies. Marvel has to just ask permission in order to use the Spider-Man character. They're still
Yeah.
making the
Yeah.
movies, so it still lines up. But yeah. I
But
mean,
who's your
I see
favorite
what you're
villain
trying to
now,
say, but
Austin?
I said
Because I
Loki.
almost forgot. Who is it? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Which
I,
variant of Loki? Is it
Gonna make a
frog
big war.
Loki? Is it alligator Loki?
He
He
did. He did.
died.
He down. Man
He
down. Man
died.
down.
What if he was more like girl Loki and he was like
overloaded,
exquisite?
bro.
Which variant? Which variant?
Yeah, dude, they got
Which
crocodile
variant you
Loki in
like?
there.
You like that
What?
variant?
What?
They got crocodile Loki in that show.
Just Loki. Loki. Period.
Tom Hiddleston Loki.
Yeah.
This is Loki. Ask me about variants.
I am the god of mischief. I turn your pillow into fleas.
My favorite villain of all time is Frog in a Jar Loki.
Awesome. He's in the fun jar.
Oh no. Austin
Austin,
still.
what you know about
it
the
just
fun?
clicked.
I was gonna say, what do you know about the fun jar?
What do you know about the fun jar, Austin? Agreed.
He's drinking the contents of
Uh-oh.
the fun jar.
He's drinking the contents.
Yikes! He might have choked on something in the contents of the jar.
Oh no, maybe it was the Isabel figurine.
What's the worst Marvel movie that isn't Captain Marvel? Go.
Hear me out. I haven't even seen Eternals, and that's why. That's all I gotta say.
Eternals wasn't that bad, bro. Watch
I
it
haven't
before you
seen
can have an
Eternals.
opinion on
I
it.
haven't watched
Watch
it.
it. Watch it
haven't
before
watched
you
it
have
and
an
don't want
opinion
to.
on it. Watch it before you have an opinion on it. That's just so whack, bro. Having like a nah.
All right, here I'll say this: I didn't like Black Panther 2 as much as I liked Black Panther 1. Black Panther 1 was good. Black Panther 2,
Uh,
I'm not even upset. Look, no, dude, I like Shuri. I didn't like her as her Black Panther character because she like wanted to refuse to be Black Panther until like the last second, and then like,
dude, I don't
and
know.
then she almost got clapped by a freaking dude.
Black Panther 2 was terrible.
Agreed.
I'm just
I
saying.
liked the ending of it where T'Challa's son T'Challa was born, and that was cool. And like that's about it.
Yeah,
Everything
I
else
don't
for me
know,
was
bro. Like
irrelevant. I also like
I
my
like
boy M'Baku.
I like in the beginning where they like honored T'Challa and they had like a funeral and they
Yeah.
like announced why he wasn't in the movie or whatever.
Rest
But like
in
I
peace,
don't know.
Yeah.
The movie
Chadwick
was just
Boseman.
the movie's it's one of those things where it's like Chadwick Boseman was Black
Austin, you're
Panther.
He died?
roboting again. You froze.
Man,
Did that
this
work?
robotic
Austin,
audio is gonna be great on the podcast.
Hello.
Agreed.
Scared the crap out. Dude's getting killed.
Headphone warnings
going
to
through
headphone
Five Nights.
users.
Bro, going through Five Nights at Freddy's moment right now. You gave me a freaking jump scare. I almost pooped my pants.
Are we good now? Are we good now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we're good.
Yes, I
Yeah.
can hear
even
you.
was I
Austin, you're kind of
talking
looking
about,
like Freddy
bro?
Fazbear over there. You're talking about how Black Panther 3 was good at the beginning and then like nothing else.
Black Panther 3?
3.
2.
There's a
Two.
third one?
Oh,
Sorry.
well, I mean, like, I don't know, bro. I just felt like the movie was just so mid. Like the story of it. I don't know, bro. Like I I I don't know. I don't think anyone's ever going to be able to really replace that Black Panther spot.
No.
I mean, like,
I'll replace it.
I don't know.
Ooh.
Feels weird.
I'll replace it. I'll be the best Black Panther
In
I
the
can be.
in the
Yeah, I
second
kind of
movie,
have.
bro, it was so bad I barely remember what happened in it. It was just bad.
Yeah, I have to agree on the Black Panther too, because you took out, the worst one of all to me, from what I've seen at least.
The only thing I
You
thought
haven't. I
really
guess
cool
no one
was
saw the
the dude
Incredible
who
Hulk.
freaking had. I liked the one with Edward Norton because the
No, I
Hulk
have not.
looked really good, but the movie wasn't that good. But I like how the Hulk looked in that movie.
The Hulk was terrible. I don't know, bro. I
I like
I'm
how he
biased though
looked. I didn't like
because
the
I can't.
story.
I'm biased though because I can't stand the Hulk.
I didn't
Well, I
like the
can't
way
stand
he
the Hulk
looked
now.
in Endgame. I cannot
I didn't like
stand
how he
that.
looked in She-Hulk, bro. I
I
didn't
just
even watch She-Hulk. I will
I
never
did.
watch
She-Hulk
She-Hulk.
was good.
I haven't
She-Hulk
watched
was
She-Hulk yet,
good.
so
I
She-Hulk
will
was
never
good.
watch it. But
It
dude,
was
freaking
good.
I
dude, the
need to
Hulk
watch it.
says bruh. Hulk says bruh in that movie. He goes bruh,
If
and
you
it's so
can look,
freaking funny because Hulk would never say bruh.
if you
And then the
can look,
famous Hulk dab.
I feel like
okay.
you're just
If you
taking
can
all the
look
worst
past,
parts of it and looking way past what the what the actual show's meant for.
but that's what
Dude,
I'm
she
saying.
freaking twerks with Megan the
If you can,
Stallion. I'm not gonna watch
I
that.
haven't even watched it yet, and I'm still gonna give it a chance.
bro,
I'm
if
not.
but bro, from someone who has seen it, right? You, this is the second time in this podcast you said you're not going to watch a movie because of the internet's opinion.
It's not. It's my opinion, bro. I saw her twerk with Megan the Stallion, and I said I'm
You,
never gonna
how do
watch
you have an
that.
opinion? You haven't seen it. How do you have an
I don't
opinion? You
want to
haven't
watch it
seen it.
because of that.
Bro, just watch it, man. I've seen that same thing you're talking about. I've heard a lot of bad things, but I'm still gonna give it a chance at least.
Bro,
It's gonna
cuz
give me
like
a freaking stroke.
listen, right? Because like what it's just it's just not as bad as you think. You got to look past some things, right? Like the political stuff that they're trying to do, which I don't really care about. I'm just looking past it. You get past that because She-Hulk's been around since like what, like the 70s, 60s, so whatever. Um, you get past that, you get past like the pop culture references like Megan the Stallion or whatever. It's I don't even remember that. I've seen the show and I don't even remember her doing that. So, but it's not bad. You just have to watch it. And it's a continue oh my god. It's a continuation. Just watch it. It's not as bad as you think it is.
Like I said, whenever I get a chance, I will. But I'm not gonna put it off just because what I'm hearing around.
I am.
Don't listen to the internet, bro. The internet's
I'm not.
stupid.
Trust me,
That's
I
why
know.
Ultron wanted to destroy humanity.
Ultron looked at the internet and wanted to destroy humanity.
Colby's Colby's point of view. Ultron wanted to destroy Earth because you saw She-Hulk twerk.
I would too. That's my origin story.
He said that's my origin story. God, man.
I saw
He didn't want to
She-Hulk
see
twerk and I took
She-Hulk
it personal.
shake them cheeks.
Wait.
Wild.
Okay, what's your favorite movie that's not limited to character? You don't have to be limited to like your favorite character. Just your favorite movie, period.
Marvel movie?
Yeah.
Endgame? No,
Or
Infinity
show.
War.
Movie or
I
show.
like Infinity War. Show Spectacular Spider-Man.
Trying to think.
I
Mine would
got
probably
to see
be
my boy again
between.
and Across the Spider-Verse. I got to see Spectacular Spider-Man.
Mine would probably be between Guardians of the Galaxy or Thor Ragnarok.
Favorite show was
Or
Spectacular
Ragnarok.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Ragnarok was
I know the one.
hilarious.
Okay. I don't know why I got Love and Thunder and Ragnarok mixed up, but Ragnarok
Oh
was
no,
good.
no.
Yeah.
But the only thing I liked, all right, I will say one of the biggest things that I liked from Love and Thunder was screaming goats.
My favorite thing I liked from Ragnarok was Korg going, "Hey, piss off, ghost!" and kicks the wall. It was funny
Huh.
because he sees the ghost of Loki walking. He goes, "Hey, piss off, ghost!" He
Yeah.
goes, "Hey, this is my friend Meek. He's a bug. I'm made of rocks, as you can see." Korg was my favorite character in that movie. My favorite, if we're doing shows, I'll do a show and movie. Show was Spectacular Spider-Man by far. That show was
What?
freaking legendary. The scene when he had Venom. Look, I watched it when I was a kid, and it still holds up to this day. And my boy isn't across the Spider Verse,
Okay.
but dude, his freaking scene when he gets touched by the symbiote and he has to go through all that was very resemblant of Spider-Man 3, which is one of my favorite Spider-Man movies. And then my favorite movie overall of Marvel is Infinity War because I like the before happens, like how they lost, because Avengers rarely lose. So I like seeing a movie where they actually lose. And dude,
Bro, I'm
that movie put me through too many emotions. It's not to ignore. Endgame, dude,
No.
Endgame was like a perfect movie. Endgame was like perfect, but Infinity War, I loved seeing them lose
bro.
because it,
Okay,
it, it
listen,
shows
listen.
that it shows that not even superheroes can win every single fight.
Okay, so I'm not oohing and awing over what you're saying. I'm oohing and awing because Avengers Infinity War has an 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, but Miss Marvel has a 98.
Ugh. I didn't even that. I'm not going to watch that. I'm not even
Yeah,
going to watch that. I didn't want to watch that anyway.
bro. The Guardians of the Galaxy the
I could
holiday
stretch
special
just
has
like
a
Mr. Bean.
94. Why?
Rain, 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 rain. Dear, 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 dear. I don't know what
Dude,
Christmas
Miss
is, but Christmas
Miss
time is
Marvel.
here.
Miss Marvel has a higher rating than Endgame. Endgame has a 94%.
This world's doomed.
That's because all the people are going like,
Oh my gosh, it's a girl superhero. Let me watch this real quick. She's not white either, so I'll watch it. Let me watch this and let me give it a big thumbs up.
I don't know, bro.
that's why.
That's so weird because it wasn't that good. It was okay. I
Mm-mm.
mean, I
I
don't
haven't
hate
seen
it,
it.
but it's definitely not it's
So
not
how
a
can it beat
perfect score. I
Endgame?
mean, bro, it's a 98%. That's the highest rated out of all these things on this list right here. This is the entirety of the MCU and it's the highest rating on this list. It's better than
You're telling
Iron
me this
Man,
is.
better than
You're telling me a shrimp fried that rice, bro?
God, the shrimp fried rice. Damn it.
No, okay, I
I
was
don't
about to say you're
know.
telling me that this. I was going to say you're telling me that this is no way. This is better than No Way Home, and then like my brain said, "You tell me a shrimp fried this rice." I'm like, I gotta say that instead.
I
The
don't know,
fucking
bro. It's
shrimp
just
fried
weird.
rice shit, man.
I feel weird. I feel
Hey,
weird knowing
you
that Miss
telling me a
Marvel.
shrimp fried this rice?
Anyway, okay. What am I doing now? I'm back to Earth.
All right. What was
Your
our next
favorite
topic?
Marvel show and your favorite movie?
Oh, favorite
Yeah,
Marvel
Spider-Man: No
show.
Way Home's 93. This is 98.
Favorite show. It's probably a tie
Mm,
between Loki and um WandaVision? Question mark.
I was about to
Moon
put
Knight was really
WandaVision as
good.
mine. I haven't
Moon
seen
Knight
Loki
was really
yet.
good, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, WandaVision's really good. Movie, dude. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was so good I had to see it twice. And I don't watch anything twice. But it is
Based.
definitely not my favorite movie. It's definitely not my favorite. Like it's hard to decide my Falcon and the Winter Soldier was a really good show too. I don't know if I mentioned that one. Um
Didn't watch it.
Favorite movie. I'm having to scroll through them and be like, okay, I don't know. Civil War has popped out to me like 3 times. I've scrolled through this thing like 10 times and like Civil War keeps popping out to me. So I'm going to go with that one.
That was Spider-Man's first appearance in his all CGI suit. You have a metal arm? That is awesome, dude.
Yeah, as far as show, I'm gonna have to go with WandaVision. And then the
What division?
favorite movie,
What division?
I don't know, man. So many good ones.
That's what I'm saying. I had to like
Doctor
scroll through them.
Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, see, I
That
don't
was a
have a
good one.
list up at the moment for the movies.
I didn't get to
I
finish
I
it.
have I have you guys on my Mac, and then I have like the entirety of the MCU pulled up on my monitor. So
See, all I have is my laptop, so I can't really do that without. I don't want it to close out of the podcast for me. Like it already killed me off once. I don't know. I'm just gonna. Dang, man. See, we're coming up with questions on the spot. I didn't think about this right beforehand. I'm just gonna stick with. Guess we're just gonna stick with Guardians of the Galaxy. First one.
the sixth one,
That was a good choice.
yeah, that
You
was a
say
good
the
one.
All right,
sixth one?
so let's see, to wrap up in
Huh?
our like final
What did I
topic
say? Did I
discussion,
say
the
No,
final
six?
topic discussion part.
You said sixth one, I think. I don't know. It could be my audio going through, but I swear I heard six. I was like, there's not
I might
six.
have because I just text the group chat and I said, "Don't forget, we need to go eat at some point." And then Colby was like, "Well, it's gonna be at 6." So I was probably thinking 6. Welcome to
Yeah,
ADHD,
6 to
guys.
6:30 is where we were gonna do dinner. We just got to be at
Yeah.
Top Golf by 8.
Well, see, we made this an ADHD podcast on purpose because we all have it.
Yeah.
All right. So what was one of
But
our
like,
next topics?
you know, this is our last
We only
topic
had one
before we
left.
like close it out. Yeah, but what are like the next few movies you're getting excited for or want to see? Because I really want to see more of Doctor Doom. I want to see how the MCU does my boy, and then I'm waiting to see what happens to the next Spider-Man. I like the second trilogy that they got because they signed him for like 2 or 3 trilogies, I think. I want to see what's going to happen in his college years and how he's going to fix certain things, how he's
Well,
going to become, how he's
there's
going to
two
make
phases.
people know he exists.
There's 2 phases
That's what I
planned
thought.
out
So
left.
then
Yeah.
that's what I thought. So like,
Chris
I
will be
want to see
happy to
college
know.
years of Spider-Man.
Chris will be happy to know that they are making another Blade movie.
Yeah, I heard of that.
Another Blade movie?
Chris, have you seen? Yeah,
I'm
it's
also
like
excited for Secret Wars,
it's
like
like
you
a
were mentioning
cross
earlier.
between it's
He's
like a cross between like a Marvel movie and a horror movie. I
he
think
said he
I think
says
he's a
that I'm excited for
vampire.
it, but I have yet to see the others. I have them.
Blade is a
I just haven't
vampire
yet to see
slayer,
them.
bro. He's a vampire who is a vampire slayer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
them.
So Chris,
My
I feel like you'd like that because you're a horror buff, and I feel like you would like those.
yeah, my nana, she got me them like couple of years before she passed, I think, and I have yet to watch them. I need to.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch them. I need to watch them at some point because I got them too. What am
I'm
I?
looking
What?
forward to Secret Wars as well, and then Deadpool 3 because Deadpool 1 and 2 are really good, but 3 they're bringing back freaking Wolverine. They're bringing back Hugh Jackman,
That's
the
what I
OG
said.
legend, to come back and be
Hey.
freaking Wolverine. And he said he was done, and they brought him back. Ryan Reynolds was able to talk him into bringing him back. And Marvel owns Fox now, or Disney owns Fox, which owns Deadpool, which makes Deadpool back and puts him back in Marvel for the Marvel movies. So freaking like, let's freaking go, Deadpool 3.
Yeah. It's good to see Wolverine. I mean, Hugh Jackman, bro, Wolverine. That's another one of my top. That he would be in my top 5 as well. Wolverine is a
Yeah.
very good superhero.
Yeah, I agree.
I would say Deadpool 3 is probably my most look forward to as well, but Secret Wars is going to be really good. I'm not a Fantastic Four fan. I don't really care about the Fantastic Four.
I only care about Doctor Doom and Fantastic Four. Anybody else can jump off a bridge.
How are they gonna do the Human Torch though? Because the Human Torch is also Captain America.
All I'm saying, bro, they need to bring back Jessica Alba to be Invisible Woman.
Colby's going horn dog over here.
I have a girlfriend. I'm just saying she was really
Bonk.
Just because you have a girlfriend, don't mean you can't, have celebrity crushes.
Bonk.
Don't hit me
Bonk.
with the
Go to horny
horny
jail.
hammer. Don't hit me with the horny hammer. That's not what happened.
Bonk. You just been hit.
Bailiff, smack his guts.
Bailiff, whack his pee-pee.
Skedaddle, skedoodle, your dick is now a noodle. What in the Harry Potter?
Here, Austin. Here, you gotta say that. You gotta say that part again. Here, do say exactly what you said. Like the bailiff whack his pee pee, but because I got to scream for you.
Why?
I have a scream sound effect I need to play after it.
Hold on. I can't.
All right,
You have
I'll
one
freaking
job.
do it. I'll do it. Bailiff whack his pee pee.
All
Alright,
that
that's all I
build
got.
up
You
for
can
that.
I was trying to do a different Tom and Jerry thing, but I couldn't find it on the spot. So it was still a funny scream because Tom's screams from that are freaking great.
There's one on.
All right, what movies are you
crocodile
looking
video
forward
that
to,
I-
Chris? If you're looking forward to any of them.
So mine would probably have to be the Deadpool 3, or I saw that whenever you reposted that one thing, Austin, about the Spider-Man 4.
Yes, I forgot to tell
Yeah,
y'all.
I saw
Yo,
that.
Cole, there's a Tobey Maguire's making a fourth
What?
Spider-Man.
I saw that on
Yeah,
your
I
Twitter
whenever,
thing.
you,
saw that.
whenever you reposted that, that's the first thing I heard about it, and I was like, man, I'm instantly excited. I love any Spider-Man movies. Same, but I haven't heard anything about the Secret Wars thing. I haven't been keeping up with what Marvel.
Well, it says rumor. It says rumor. Spider-Man 4 now in development at Sony with Tony Maguire and Sam Raimi returning.
Are they going to be doing anything with Andrew Garfield? Are they going to be doing anything with a contract with Andrew Garfield at all?
They need to. They need to fix whatever they mess up with his character.
Bet. Because he needs a redo. He really does. Hopefully.
Who's? Oh yeah. That's right. He's in. Yeah. Yeah. It's probably left.
Yeah.
All right, gang. Well, I think this was a very good. Am I still here?
Yeah, you're still
Hello?
with me.
Okay. I think this is a good place to close off of for this week's episode. We'll do a whole Spider-Man episode later. But anybody else have anything else to say before I close the door?
Go check out Starkey Experience on YouTube, and go check out Save Point Games on YouTube.
And then keep watching Hyperfixated because I can't get it on YouTube yet. So until I do, check us out on Spotify.
Starkey Experience. Come on, let's keep getting it up. Keep getting it up. All right, I'm done.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us on this week of Hyperfixated. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Hey, let me get a minute. Hey, let me get one too. And let me hold one. Yeah, man, right there. What the dog doing? 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 Yeah, man, right there. Yeah, man, right there. Yeah, man, right there. Yeah, man, right there. What the dog doing? 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 What the dog doing?